Why he was the #1 pick in the NBA draft last year, scoring 49 points in a loss to the Hornets. That's the most points in a game by a teenager in NBA history. Dallas wearing the throwback threads to honor Mark Aguirre, who got his number retired at halftime. Flagg even upstaged him, breaking his Mavs rookie scoring mark of 42. Cooper planting his flag. That's our take two.
Last night was an example of why tanking is popular in the NBA.
Cooper Flagg is something special.
He is 19. He is just scratching the surface.
This is the most complete teenager we have seen since LeBron James.
He has no problem being the main guy.
I did not anticipate Cooper having to bear this much of the load this quickly.
He knows how to play.
He has stepped into it so early into his career and just taken full hold of it.
When it comes to the way Cooper Flagg can control the game at both ends of the floor, the only one he compares to is LeBron.
I see Kawhi Leonard.
Interesting.
At a very young age, that can dunk over, that's a sports car, defensively inclined, offensively aggressive.
He is the total package. Make no mistake about it. This brother's a superstar in the making.
The best thing I could say about him, I wouldn't trade him for anyone in the league.
Okay, Dallas now. All right now.
Let's keep him there, okay?
Look at Monica with the French parade.
Monica, she came with a look. She came with a look.
She did. All right. Let's go out to Lawrence, Kansas, where we find our guy, Jay Williams. Jay Will. I know we got to talk about some college, but let's talk about your fellow Dookie in Cooper Flagg. Is he already exceeding your expectations for him, what he's done so far in his rookie season?
I think he is, but there ain't no way I'm putting him and LeBron James in the same sentence. I'm not going to set Cooper Flagg up to fail. LeBron James is a generational type player, maybe one of the greatest we've ever seen to do it besides Michael Jordan or Kobe or Kareem Abdul-Jabbar. So I'm not going to go that far. But Cooper is special. Also, I'm going to give love to Con Knipple, who actually I think right now is probably the rookie of the year. I would give him the slight edge over Cooper Flagg. What you saw last night was completely differentiated. But Con Knipple had 34 points. He's shooting around 49% from the field and 43% from the three-point line. The efficiency of the level of three-level scorer he's playing at is uniquely different than anybody else in the NBA today right now.
Yeah, Con Knipple's a bucket.
Yeah, let's go back to the college ranks. More young stars, BYU's A.J. DeBonsa and Kansas.
Deadline is less than a week away, Thursday, 3 p.m. Eastern time, and all eyes are on Giannis's future. Shams Charania reporting that the Bucks are fielding aggressive offers for the 9-time All-Star. Senior NBA insider Shams Charania joining us now. And Shams, where do things stand right now with Giannis as we're 6 days away from that trade deadline?
Kevin, Bucks officials, executives, they're all in Milwaukee over this next week, sifting through offers, aggressive offers coming in from multiple different teams. And they've had offers of all-star caliber players, multiple draft picks as well. I'm told the 4 teams that so far have emerged as the strongest suitors for Giannis, Miami, New York, Golden State, and Minnesota. But it all starts with the price point that the Bucks have set out for team. They've indicated to other NBA teams that they want a young blue chip player and or a surplus of draft picks. So will there be a team that hits that threshold over the next week? The Bucks have also told teams, we're not in any rush. We could take this into the off season. So that's how the Bucks are operating. There's going to be a lot of negotiating, a lot of leveraging going on over this next week or so. But listen, at the end of all this, Giannis is going to be an expiring contract this offseason. That's going to give him a ton of control and say-so on where he could end up if this does go into the offseason, whereas right now the Bucks do have an ability to canvas more of the league.
All right, wherever he goes, he's going to bring a pair of MVP trophies. Meanwhile, a guy with 3 MVPs, he's coming back to the court tonight, and he's not going to get traded. Shams, what more can you tell us about Nikola Jokic?
Nikola Jokic will be returning to the Nuggets lineup. He missed the last month plus. This is a Denver Nuggets team that did go 10-6 without him, but my understanding is, Kevin, he's been chomping at the bit to get back out on the floor. He's going to be able to do it tonight. My understanding is he will be on a minutes restriction, but this now opens the window up for him, if he's healthy the remainder of the year, to be eligible for his potential 4th MVP trophy and the All-NBA team. So if he misses 1 or 2 more games, he's going to be ineligible for that. But he's coming back here tonight. And also, Kev, it sets him up for a MVP frontrunner showdown Sunday against Oklahoma City in Denver against Shai Gilgeous-Alexander.
By the way, the Nuggets did pretty good without their superstar. They went 10-6 with Jokic out of the lineup during this time. NBA, where the Knicks host the Blazers tonight, but all eyes are on what New York does off the court. Shams Charania reporting that the Knicks are one of 4 teams considered serious suitors for Giannis Antetokounmpo. New York is currently second in the East, 5.5 games behind the Pistons. NBA reporter Tim Bontemps is on the scene in Midtown Manhattan from the Garden. Tim, the Knicks are among a handful of teams reported to be making an aggressive push for Giannis. Walk us through what the plan would be for each team if they're unable to land the Bucks star. And let's start right there in New York.
Well, Kevin, the theme of the trade deadline has been nothing has been going on, right? There's only one trade that's happened since the start of the season. Trae Young going to the Washington Wizards. And for all 4 of these teams, if they don't get Giannis Antetokounmpo, I would not expect much to happen. Let's start with the Knicks. Obviously, this team traded most of their draft capital to go get Mikal Bridges a couple years ago. They are up near the second apron. They can't really do a lot to change this roster. So if they can't get a Giannis trade done, I think it's safe to assume that this group that James Dolan, the owner of the Knicks, a couple weeks back said he expects to make it to the NBA Finals and, quote, should win a title, he is going to expect this group that we see right now to be the core group that the Knicks have going into the postseason. Now, as for the Miami Heat, we know, Kevin, they go big game hunting all the time. Giannis Antetokounmpo is obviously one of the biggest fish we've seen come potentially onto the trade market in quite some time. But if the Heat do not get Giannis, I would expect them to wait. This is a team that has been patiently waiting for the summer of 2027. Their cap sheet is totally clear that summer except for Bam Adebayo. They're not going to do anything to disrupt that space unless it's to get a guy like Giannis. Now, the Golden State Warriors, Kevin, had a chance to be perhaps the most interesting team going into the trade deadline when they were flying along, winning a ton of home games, and Jimmy Butler was playing great. But the second Jimmy tore his ACL, things really shifted for the Warriors. Now, if they can get Giannis Antetokounmpo to pair with Steph Curry, expect the Warriors to be aggressive to do that. They've always been aggressive going after big stars. But if they can't get Giannis, Kevin, I think it's more likely the Warriors hold their powder and wait for the summer to potentially reorient their roster then. And as for the Minnesota Timberwolves, Tim Connolly, Kevin, is one of the more aggressive GMs in the league. We saw a year ago they tried to get Kevin Durant to pair him with Anthony Edwards. I am sure they'll do whatever they can to try to get Giannis Antetokounmpo. However, this Minnesota team has absolutely no draft capital to trade, and they only really can move players. So the idea of them finding a way to get Giannis will be difficult. And again, if they can't get him, perhaps they try to address their point guard needs, something that's been an issue teams have noticed all season. But if they can't do that, I'd expect them to also look pretty similar to how they are right now if they can't get a Giannis trade done. And Kevin, the whole league is going to be waiting probably for the next week to see if Giannis does get moved at all.
This certainly feels like a boom or bust situation over the next 6 days. Again, the NBA trade deadline is Thursday, February 5th. Tim Bontemps with the latest from the Garden Knicks Blazers. Meanwhile, coming off LeBron's emotional return to Cleveland and a beatdown by the Cavs, the Lakers are in the nation's capital to face the Wizards. And I don't know what you'll get from this young Washington team. They won 2 in a row after a 9-game losing skid, but LA's just 5-5 in their last 10 games. NBA reporter Dave McMenamin is on the scene in Washington, D.C. and joins us now. So Luka Doncic and Austin Reeves dealing with injuries. What's the latest on each? Then let's start with Luka first.
Yeah, Kevin, some good news for Luka Doncic. He's going to be playing tonight against the Wizards. Obviously, there was that scary moment in Cleveland where he backpedaled after shooting the three-pointer and didn't realize there was a 10-inch gap from the court down to the ground level. Very fortunate that he didn't have a more serious injury, but he's going to be in there tonight. And then Austin Reeves, we're still waiting on him. He's been out now 5 weeks since going out with a calf strain on Christmas Day. J.J. Redick was clear that there's been no setback as he has progressed towards a return, but it's not going to be tonight in Washington. It could be as soon as Sunday at the Garden against the Knicks. And hey, there's no NFL football this weekend. Everybody should be watching Knicks-Lakers on Sunday at the Garden. Could be LeBron James' last trip to MSG.
Okay, and keep in mind, too, Reeves averaging a career-high 27 points per game before that injury. Lakers 9.5-point road favorites tonight in D.C. Dave, thank you so much.